Okay. Hold on. I think, yeah.
Let's go to the next one. This is
Does this sound okay?
Chernetsky says, "Hi Abe, I'm an inspiring hard surface."
Hey, he got my name right. Wow. That was pretty impressive. Good job, Abe. Fucking solid pronunciation.
Smaller and texture artist from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a self-taught artist that picked up Blender, then Substance, then Maya, bit of ZBrush, and now Mari. Currently, I'm a graphic designer by trade, and I have made 3D model-based ads for clients at Freelancer. I want to shoot in VFX. Okay, let's take a look. Oh man, this is actually quite nice. Okay, I mean the modeling on this one is a little bit again blocky, and the texture is a little bit simple. It's
To be fair though, it's blocky because it's a Dreadnought. I'm sorry. I should have put the reference there.
It's not a bad model though. One thing that I mention constantly is be careful with very dark scenes because they are very difficult to see what's going on. And if people can't appreciate what's going on, then it's difficult to open it to.
That is very true. That's very true. Well, you already win. He said nice at the very start. Yeah. Thanks, man. Winning. Yeah. So like with this scene where he said it's really dark, I agree. That is kind of like the look I was going for. But then some of these values got a bit like too low. And I just, at that point, I thought this looked already like nice enough. But yeah, definitely it's like, yeah, it's a bit dark.
To open it to figure out more of the elements. Okay. Nice. And yeah, this works as a nice game asset. This works. I like this one. There's an interesting couple of selections here on the inside in terms of the UVs. Again, not the worst thing. Definitely need to optimize the head.
Yeah, the head is something that I kind of like. I textured and then I realized, and I was like, oh.
That's way too many polygons for the head. Everything else looks fine. Yeah, this is fine. This is very common. When you have an object that's gonna open, like this Iron Maiden, you're gonna need double the amount of textile density that you're usually gonna have because you need to cover the outside.
See, this is a game. He said it was a good game asset. Boom. It's a good game asset. So I can make fucking game assets. That's right, bitch. That's right. I know what I'm doing.
Stages, and you need to cover the inside like areas, right? So having 4 maps, I'm not sure if they're 2K maps or 4K maps, but having 4 maps is relatively normal. And the UVs again, they look fine, so that's a good model. This looks really sick though. I love this one.
You had doubts, man? Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't like do wireframes for video games.
This looks really nice, man. Like I could definitely see this on
like usually. I could have told you that. Well, there's about like 5 people that are constantly in my chat that would tell you otherwise.
a VFX shot, to be honest. Good stuff, man. A little bit more dirt.
Let's hear this again.
Again, they look fine, so that's a good model. This looks really sick though. I love this one. This looks really nice, man. Like I could definitely see this on a VFX shot, to be honest.
Boom. You could see it on the VFX shot. There you go, baby.
Good stuff, man. A little bit more dirt on some areas, a little bit more ambient occlusion or something, because the gold does look a little bit too shiny for a weapon that's going to be killing someone. Yeah, this is fine. Definitely a little bit on the dense side of things. Okay, so on this one, what I can immediately tell you that is missing, and that might be something that you might need, Oleg, on the rest of the pieces. It's the modeling, texturing and rendering and presentation. You're fine. You're presenting things very, very nicely. And again, the texturing, like your understanding of the textile density and where to add the damage, it's great. But things are definitely looking, again, we've mentioned this has been kind of like a common topic across today's portfolio review. The blockiness of things, right? Like for instance, this like leather portfolio, it just looks like a box. A lot of these tubes, they just look like very CG. A lot of these parts, like we need to add more complexity.
Did he not look at the engine block? Come on, man.
By either breaking them into multiple.
But it is very blocky, but I was following a reference, like
parts, changing or modifying the silhouette a little bit more, or doing something to just break that very CG look that we might be seeing right now. This one's fun as well. Yeah, you have a really good texturing, man. Really, really good texturing. This is great. For those of you that are like, oh man, I want to texture that way, keep in mind that one of the reasons why this is looking so good is because of the amount, yeah, of course, because of the amount of UDIMs, right? Like, look at this. We
Shh. It's a normal amount of UDIMs. It's game ready, trust me.
have 4 UDIMs. So even if these are 2K maps, this means that we're using 8 2K maps, which would be equivalent to 2 4K maps. And of course, it requires, or it's going to give you a really, really nice result.
But like, I don't know, he didn't say anything about the modeling here. I feel like this modeling is way more complex than the one on the bike. I got what he's saying though, like breaking the 3D default primitive shapes. Yeah, I mean, like I was following the reference of the bike. There wasn't much else that was like that stood out that was breaking those default shapes, right? Like the only thing is the like the engine block and this thing, like are the 2 most interesting parts out of everything. Buzzkill is like sub-D modeling though. Yeah, all of this is sub-D modeling. Except for the Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden wasn't sub-D modeling. But everything is sub-D modeling.
Using 8 2K maps, which would be equivalent to 2 4K maps. And of course, it requires, or it's going to give you a really, really nice result. You're not going to get that much textile density for a game. But the sub-D modeling, man, it's great, man. Like, to be honest, this is what I was talking about. This was done 3 months ago, so that's great. Because this, of course, shows that you have a really good understanding of the needs of the topology in order to create a complex shape like this one. And then,
oh no, he's gonna be shitting on this one though. The bike was made like a couple of months or a month or so before the Buzzkill one, so you know, yeah, unfortunate.
and we go with simple stuff. so this is a tricky thing, man. What, did you do this like all procedural or something? Oh, you were doing this with Mari. Okay. Yeah, so the problem here, Oleg, or one of the things that I noticed is that we need more of this. Like, this is what people are gonna like this last 3 pieces. This is what you want to have on your portfolio. These are great exercises. Like, if you're doing this as part of like training or learning Mari, that's great. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a portfolio piece. Not because this is not cool. Like, all of this thing is great. Like how you build.
He's right. No, he's absolutely right. I kind of just threw them in there just to see what he says. And I kind of just wanted to have them up there because I was like proud of the texturing, right? But essentially, like, these are going to be part of a bigger set, which, you know, we're working on with this as well. So it's, yeah, them by themselves alone is definitely not impressive. However, once it's going to be in the set, it's going to look way, way better, I feel like. I'm not a fan of the texturing on the bike, though. I think the Buzzkill has better texturing. Yeah, the bike was a bit rushed. Because, like, yeah, I just didn't have that much time for it. So some of the texturing is not great. But then, like, the render is also a bit blown out. You kind of, I don't think it like does justice to the textures. I like this one more, like the turntable. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think the desk full of trinkets is a full portfolio piece. It's a work in progress in the way. Yeah. No, I like the textures on the bags and stuff, but like, yeah, some of it could be done better. That's for sure.
Build up the networks to create this like asset that's awesome. But again, as a recruiter, and I've mentioned this before, most of the time recruiters are not going to be people who know a lot about 3D, so they're not going to be able to appreciate all of this hard work that you did on your networks, and they're just going to be what's the word, they're just going to like pass through it because it's not interesting enough, right? So I'll probably take this one out from the portfolio. Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, you
and I will.
You got some cool stuff, Oleg. I would recommend doing a little bit more of this. Not sure where you're located, but we need a couple more pieces maybe if you want to transition into BFX. This portfolio definitely seems like you want to go more into BFX rather than games because you want to work with like high quality textures, and that's usually going to be done in BFX.
There you go. Hey, he said I had really good texturing. Boom. Not bad. Not bad. I take it as a W. Take it as a dub. Howdy, partner. If you like my content, come hang out on my stream. Follow my socials on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram to stay up to date. Hopefully, I'll see you then. Peace.